In cybersecurity, we always hear about building walls, right? Taller firewalls, stronger defenses. But what if I told you the best defense isn't a better wall, but a smarter attacker? Today, we're diving into ethical hacking, this incredible concept of fighting fire with fire, using an enemy's own weapons to forge a defense that's pretty much unbreakable.
I mean, you know how it is. It feels like a constant battle, doesn't it? We see the headlines every day about some new massive data breach, or we're dodging those sketchy phishing scams in our own inboxes. The thing is, this digital minefield isn't just sitting there. The threats are constantly evolving, getting smarter and way more sophisticated all the time.
And the price tag for this fight? It's absolutely staggering. Get this, projections show that by 2025, the annual global cost of cybercrime could hit $10.5 trillion. Trillion with a T. To put that into perspective, that's more than the GDP of most countries on Earth. It's an economic threat on a massive scale, which, yeah, it raises a pretty critical question.
How do you possibly stay one step ahead? You know, building digital walls and firewalls is one thing, but what about the cracks you can't even see? How do you proactively find your own vulnerabilities before the bad actors do?
So we've pretty much established the why, right? We're dealing with a relentless and super costly threat. And this reality forces us to ask a tough question. Are our traditional reactive defenses really enough anymore? Well, the answer is leading experts to a pretty radical new strategy.
And that strategy is all about thinking like the enemy. It's a bit of a counterintuitive plan, I know. It's called ethical hacking, where to build a stronger fortress, you first have to learn how to tear it down, but on your own terms.
Think of it this way. It's like hiring an expert locksmith to try and break into your own house. Why would you do that? To find the weak spots, right? The flimsy window latch in the back, the spare key hidden in a too obvious spot. Ethical hacking is the digital version of that. It's a controlled, totally authorized break-in to find and fix those exact kinds of problems.
The experts who do this, they're known as white hat hackers. These are the good guys. They have the exact same skills as malicious hackers, but their purpose, their entire mission is the complete opposite: to protect and fortify systems, not exploit them.
The crucial difference, really, it all just comes down to intent. A white hat's motive is to protect. Their actions are authorized, they're legal, and the outcome makes security stronger for everyone. A malicious black hat, on the other hand, is driven by greed. They act illegally, and all they do is cause damage. It's the same skill set, just with polar opposite goals.
So how does this all actually work in practice? This isn't just someone randomly poking around at a system. Hacking for defense is a highly structured, super methodical process designed to systematically find every single weakness.
The process actually mirrors a real attack. It kicks off with reconnaissance, gathering public information. Then comes scanning, actively probing the system for any open doors. Next, the hacker tries to actually gain access just to prove that a weakness is real. But honestly, the most critical step is the last one: analysis and reporting. This is where they detail everything they found in a blueprint for the defense team to go and build a stronger wall.
And that quote really gets to the heart of the philosophy here. The goal isn't the thrill of the breach. The real value is the constructive outcome, that comprehensive audit that gives a clear roadmap for building stronger, more resilient defenses.
And the data proves just how valuable it is. While automated scans and internal audits are important, they usually just catch the obvious stuff. Ethical hacking is way more effective because it introduces the one thing software just can't replicate: human creativity. A person can find those clever, out-of-the-box attack paths that automated tools would completely miss.
Now, this vital work has created a huge demand for a really unique kind of professional. So who are these digital defenders, and what does it actually take to become one?
While the most common job title for an ethical hacker is a penetration tester, or pen tester for short, these are the certified professionals that companies and even governments hire to put their security to the test in a safe, controlled environment.
And the skill set you need is incredibly diverse. Yeah, deep technical knowledge is a must, of course. So is creative problem solving. But notice those last 2 points. A strong ethical compass is absolutely non-negotiable, and you have to have excellent communication skills to explain these complex vulnerabilities to the teams who actually need to fix them.
So where does this fight go from here? As with all technology, the battlefield of cybersecurity is always evolving. The arms race between attackers and defenders is accelerating like crazy, and there's a powerful new force that's changing the game for everyone.
And that new force, it's artificial intelligence. AI is the new double-edged sword.
Attackers are now using it to automate and scale their attacks at incredible speeds. But in response, defenders are wielding their own AI for things like instant threat detection and predictive modeling, trying to spot attacks before they even happen.
This captures the challenge perfectly. It's just not enough to react anymore. In an age where attacks are automated, our defenses have to become predictive and adaptive. They need to learn, they need to evolve, and they need to anticipate the enemy's next move.
And this leads us to the ultimate question for our digital future. As AI automates both attack and defense, is our greatest vulnerability and our greatest asset always going to be the unpredictable, creative, and clever human mind? In the final battle for security, the answer might not be in the code, but in our own ingenuity.